Welcome back to a new setup video. Like always, we're doing it on the 31st of December to show you around what has changed in a year's time. Because so far, usually I haven't really had any fundamental changes in the last couple of years. Although for this year, we've probably had the biggest upgrade since I started making these setup videos back in 2017. And we've certainly come quite a long way from where we started. So as you can quite clearly see if you followed the setup videos from the previous years, I have finally got a new rig. This is the Plazy Trophy. I assembled it yesterday and I really love it. I think it looks much nicer, but it also feels a lot nicer than what I was using because I had the wheel clamped to the desk. And now everything is actually bolted on this cockpit here, and it's also really comfortable. I've barely been able to actually use it because I haven't really had any time also with the new year and all the things that I'm organizing for that. So I haven't really properly used it yet. I can actually turn on the light, which will perhaps make it a little bit more clear. So still using the Fanatec CSL Elite with the Formula Club Sport V2.5 wheel on it, which I use most of the time. Let's actually go into the garage here and maybe bring up a car or something to have something that looks a little nicer than having this main menu here on screen. You're able to spot that on the top right. It's still the 31st of December. Let's switch it around. My mother actually just tested this. She's actually the first one to properly do any driving on this because I haven't actually tested it yet. I've only done it to like secure the wheel and the pedals and have it in place, but I haven't actually done a lap yet with this Plazy. Let's switch it around if I can actually manage to press the buttons that I want. And let's go for something like, yeah, let's put the Mercedes AMG up there. That's pretty nice. So, yeah, I'm still using this CSL wheelbase, which I still really like. And so I've actually bolted it on the wheel plate with 3 M6 bolts. And I've secured the pedals as well with the bolts behind the actual pedal there. You probably can't see because it's too dark. With 4 bolts and 8 nuts on either side. I still have the 2 pedal set that come with the Fanatec CSL. They don't actually sell them anymore, I don't think. But I still like it. I have actually considered upgrading to a load cell, but I haven't done that yet. And I also don't really need it because I actually still like those pedals the way they are. And also actually having only 2 pedals is actually pretty convenient with the way this plays it is, because I think having 3 pedals would mean that of course the brake is more in the middle. I actually like having the pedals like kind of far away from each other. And also it doesn't touch the outside of the structure. And if I had to put a brake pedal in between it, then I would have to also disassemble the other 2 pedals and put them in a wider position, and then it would almost like touch the side. I don't know, I'm just gonna keep it like this. I actually like having 2 pedals out because I don't use a clutch anyway, because I only do F1 and GT racing, and I don't have a shifter, so there's no real point, and I don't really need that because of course we use the pedal shifters. So yeah, I really still love this this wheel. It's definitely my favorite one out of the collection of wheels that I've got. So also the PS5 is a new addition, which I didn't have last year. So I have finally made the switch to the PS5 as well. And also something I really want to show you is the YouTube play button, which I got from 2 of my co-workers at Race Planet, Bor and Rene. They actually made this for me, handmade it from scratch. And I really appreciate that because you know, hitting 1,000 subscribers is definitely a bit of a milestone, of course. And it's something which I wouldn't have really expected when I started this channel 10 years ago. Also, actually receiving a handmade YouTube play button for 1,000 subscribers is something I expected even less. So thanks Bor and Rene for creating this. And also thanks to Rene for being my 1,000 subscriber, because that was a very nice timing indeed. Over here is still a piece of wood from 500 years before Christ, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. A nice Mercedes star as well, which is very fitting considering we have the Mercedes up on screen right now. I actually got that Mercedes star from my dad, who used to own a Mercedes back then. We've got a nice KLM 100-year edition. I bought it because I was actually working for KLM in 2019, in the year that they had their 100th anniversary. So that's why I thought it was quite fitting to get that model. And I've also got the couch pulled out at the moment because some are going to stay over, because of course it's the new year. Obviously the SRL Season 4 2018-19 championship winning trophy. And apart from that, DRS cap here, because we got a podium in the endurance race in Emmen in the Dutch Racing Series at Pottendijk. And there's my helmet right there. Over here is the kitchen. Not much has changed there. And that is really everything you need to be caught up on, I think. Bedroom is still unchanged. I do have the Alpine Star suit, which I use for the karting races in the Dutch Racing Series, which is part of the Saudi World Series. I actually borrowed this suit from Jeroen Blekemolen, who is my boss at Race Planet, because that's the karting track I work at, which is owned by the Blekemolen family. So Jeroen was kind enough to loan me his suit for the full season, and it would be kind of nice if I don't immediately drop it, but luckily it is not fragile. So actually, my other co-worker from Race Planet, Bor, he also borrowed one of Jeroen's racing suits. So he's got the black and green Porsche one from IMSA, I think, from 2020. And then somebody else as well, one of my other co-workers from Race Planet, who also races in DRS, Mike, he also loaned one of his suits. So we're all racing under the name of Jeroen Blekemolen in the Dutch Karting Championship. So now you are updated on what the setup now looks like in 2024. It's always kind of interesting to watch back the videos from previous years to see what has changed. Because when I did the first one in 2017, I had a Logitech Driving Force GT on a wheel stand. I was using this couch as like a racing couch in conjunction with the wheel stand. So yeah, things have changed quite a bit. And also the grand piano wasn't there yet. I'm gonna leave it here for the 2024 edition of the setup. I'm gonna try and see if I can turn on the camera without dropping my phone, which is a little bit awkward. There we go. Thank you a lot for watching, of course, and thanks for everything this year. It has definitely been a pretty weird year, lots of uncertainties, but also lots of good moments. And I look forward to 2025 and to celebrating the new year tonight with some family and friends. So unfortunately, I actually need to work on the 1st of January tomorrow, which I'm not really looking forward to, but I don't expect that it's going to be too busy, especially not in the morning. Thanks so much for tuning in to all the videos and the streams across 2025, and wish you all the best.